Last Sunday, 27th of November, today's Thursday, the 30th. I went out to the graveyard there. It's actually my mother's birthday, and I met someone out there who there's an ongoing issue, as many will know. And I met someone out there, and there was a bit of a situation out there anyway. And after de-escalating the situation, we were talking. I was informed that he was under the impression that I went up the day after the assault, and I had made a statement regarding the assault the day after, which this is untrue basically. It was weeks after this. He was brought down around basically by how would I say this now? Sympathisers of Sinn Féin, let's just put it that way. He was in out of a house that was kind of a sympathiser of Sinn Féin, so he's being brought down around there purposely to try and provoke me. There was an ongoing issue ever before this person was involved in this situation. I pointed that out to him, and to cut a long story short, this person's house is being used as a hanging around spot to try and provoke me. This person was hanging around. I doubt he knew the previous issues with the members of Sinn Féin that I was having, and that this person that had brought him down around was essentially one of these people, I'll be honest with you. I was informed there was heroin and cocaine planted in my possessions to set me up. To come to a compromise, he said he would tell me where it is, and basically we'd come to a compromise that de-escalates other situations regarding both of us, which were essentially affecting both of us. And in return, I will stop uploading stuff regarding him and regarding anything to do with basically him or his business and stuff. And so basically I agreed. After going home and searching where he said the parcels were, I found 4 parcels. 3 of them had cocaine and 1 of them had heroin in it. They were hidden in the bathroom of my house under the sink where it was said. I've since found out this was planted by a known junkie. I just call him Mr. Murphy. We all know who he is, local scumbag. I don't know him personally, and I was foolish enough to let him in my door there a couple of weeks ago and tattoo him. Lesson learned there. Anyway, as I said, we were both basically being played against each other. And after talking to them, we both realised we were being played against each other. And there was no benefit from us arguing with each other. And the people that were really creating all this arguing were far removed from any of the bullshit basically that was being thrown from either me or from him. This person I spoke of said it was 100% not him who swapped this summons that was against my GDPR rights, and we were being played basically against each other. This is the summons which came through the hands of someone out in Beach Grove in Greenfield in 2021. I felt the same, that it benefits others, especially those of Sinn Féin, as I've been speaking of, ever before my issue with this person began, hence the reason they were encouraged to come down around by a certain individual. The person's house being used, the person's house that was being used was only 2 or 3 doors up from my in-laws, conveniently. We agreed to compromise, as we both see this for what it is. It doesn't benefit him and it doesn't benefit me. Some things that were said, we both basically were filled up with bullshit to keep this ongoing. It's in both our interest to stay out of each other's business, which is fine by me, and I believe it's fine by him as well. So as far as we are aware, basically we stay out of each other's business instead of being played against each other. The Garda who are quick to do nothing will now probably be quick to re-establish the drama and try and pretend that they're doing something. We will see, I suppose. My issue was always with the psychologist employed by Tussler who began all of this. This person had the sense to see it for what it is. Unfortunately, a few cronies of Sinn Féin wouldn't dream of doing this, as it would implicate certain people. We see the support TD David Conlan got last week when Mary Lou MacDonald came down to the Tower Hotel, more or less to add support to him. Damage limitation springs to mind. I am always open to meeting Miss Mary Lou MacDonald to talk about the behaviour of Mr. Conlan and some of his cronies in Waterford. I'm easily contactable. I still intend to talk about the corruption regarding my case and those involved, i.e. the detective that swapped that summons with someone out in Greenfields to assist a TD I was speaking of in Waterford Garda Station, or at least trying to. A psychologist employed by Tussler, who should have been investigated and struck off, who started all of this basically, a local solicitor, and her actions and the actions of Waterford Council in their failure in their duty of care that was owed to myself and to my mother, and also the actions of Henry Halligan, who altered my mother's funeral arrangements after passing an email back that I had written that had mentioned David Conlan conveniently again in it, and Mr. Halligan thought it would be wise to print off, keep from the priest, and give it to Mr. Conlan. I waited a few days to upload this as I wanted this information noted with a solicitor. Unfortunately, I have to take this out of town over the cronyism that is rampant in Waterford. I will begin my next videos beginning after the solicitor's actions, who purposely deleted part of my file to hide what she had engaged in court. I'll take my next video from the actions of some members of Waterford Council, and as I said, the involvement of Mr. Culnan and a few of his cronies linked to him. I realise I'm putting people in situations they may prefer not to be by asking them to share this. So after this video, I won't ask anyone to share anything anymore. If they want to share it, that's fine. If they don't, that's fine also. After this, the plan is to put together an interview and highlight all the many wrongs, showing and linking each one together and showing the cronyism and corruption involved. This is not more than a cover-up that will ask and deserve an answer as to why these people are still employed when there's so much evidence stacked against them. As I've always said, I ended up arguing with people that were lured into this, purposely lured into it, to try and detract from my initial complaint. And basically that's what happened. So basically I'm had to come to a compromise with this person, and he's had to come to a compromise with me, and basically that's the end of that. But I'll still be going ahead with my complaints regarding other issues and avenues regarding the corruption in Waterford. So I'll upload that now in my next video. After this, the plan is to put together an interview and highlight all the many wrongs, showing and linking each one together and showing the cronyism and corruption. This is nothing more than a cover-up that will ask and deserve an answer as to why these people are still employed when there's so much evidence stacked against them. As I've always said, there's always been an effort to just lure as many people into the middle of this, to have me arguing with people, to just basically detract from what I'm complaining about. And hopefully now this is one issue that's resolved anyway. I'm happy enough to resolve it. I believe he's happy enough to resolve it. I won't put that up online about him. And we basically have to come to an agreement. So basically it stops us being played against each other and both of us being used realistically, which is what was happening. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll upload my next video there now over the next couple of days. Thanks.